All right, so we have Bronny James getting drafted to the Lakers, 55th overall pick, I believe. Um, yeah, a lot of people have this have a feel some kind of way about the nepotism that's going on. Obviously, I mean he could have went to so many other teams if he deserved a spot. I'm not even sure. I didn't look at everybody else in his draft to see if they, you know, scored more than 5 points a game. People saying he's a role player, so it's a lot of things going on in the air. But the one thing that's constant is this nepotism thing. So let's just get into it real quick, see what they're talking about, and let me know what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We gonna get it out the way early. Let's get to it.
Also, it's a monumental evening. It's the first time we've had a two-day draft. It's the first time we are now seeing a father-son duo playing in the NBA. Woj, you can best contextualize this. We've never seen something like this. Bronny and LeBron James, teammates in Los Angeles.
Listen, and Bob talked about this. Bronny James, the way he has worked, the way he has prepared himself,
Man,
there's never been any sense
weird.
of entitlement with him. He has never carried himself that way on every team he's been on, whether it was in high school, travel basketball, with the U.S. team last year in the Nike Summit. Only a great teammate. Guys love playing with him, and it says so much about how he was raised, how he sees the game, what he learned from not just his father, being around the NBA game. There are lots of sons and daughters of NBA players who've learned those traits. He's another one.
It's a lot of sons of NBA players. So if y'all gonna get mad for nepotism, get mad at some of your biggest stars today. Because yeah, some of the biggest stars in the league are you know, there because of nepotism. And not to say that they weren't good. It's just who's to say they would have got picked if they didn't have, the connections they had. So yeah, man. If you gotta preface it with that much information, then it just is what it is. It's nepotism. But just stand on that shit. So that's how I feel about it. Let's get back into it.
But again, to not just be able to play with LeBron James in the NBA, but to do it while his father is still an all NBA player. There's nobody left from LeBron James's draft class. They're all gone. And he's still an all NBA player.
I think one of the important things to bring up is what, excuse me, what you brought up in regards to the nepotism, because I don't want to hear it either, and I really appreciate and applaud you for bringing it up, because you hear people mumbling about that in the weeks and the days leading up to the draft. It is something that has permeated throughout the NBA for quite some time, okay, and on all levels, and no one has said anything.
Foul, though.
It's never been an issue that I can remember. I've been covering the NBA for a quarter of a century. This man has been around just as long, if not longer. Don't talk to me about nepotism being something new. It's been here. Nobody said anything before. Shut the hell up now.
Pretty incredible. I want to zero back in, though, on Bronny James, because this is monumental.
So the only thing I have to say about that is he's right in the sense that, like I just said before, some of your biggest stars are a direct result of nepotism in the NBA and in the NFL and all major corporations and all of that. It's nepotism everywhere. But who's to say that is wrong? The only thing I find wrong with that is him going directly to the Lakers. I mean, that was the case. Why even waste a spot in the draft? Because he wants to get drafted? Like, no, if you knew he was going to the Lakers, he should have just got picked up or something like that. Like, it shouldn't even have been that hard for him to get on the team. Like, because people were going to cry nepotism no matter what you did. So, at that rate, he may as well have just told him, yeah, no, don't even go to the draft, and just picked him up off the street, Go to the G League or something like that. Like, that's just stupid. So yeah, of course he's gonna tell him come to the fucking Lakers. I'm still kind of down the middle on this, man. If Thanasis can be in the fucking NBA, then so can Bronny, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I just don't feel like he should be playing with his father. Like, that's probably the problem everybody has. It's like, yeah, you went 55th to the Lakers. Like, y'all could have got other people. The draft wasn't talent heavy, so I didn't know too many names in the draft, so they kept overshadowing everybody with Bronny. But I will say this, and I'm gonna be quiet on this. I will say this, and I'll be quiet. Bronny is gonna have a target on his back for the next 3 years. He got to prove himself. And if LeBron is not going to be there, he's going to have to prove himself. The minute he gets in front of anybody that's looking to cook just because they feel like you shouldn't be there, it's going to be a problem. I'm trying to tell you. It's going to be a whole problem. Like, I would love to see LeBron's face when he's getting cut up going when Bronny getting cut up going to the basket. Like, I would like to see that. So, yeah, he's gonna have a target on his back. So that's all I got.
It's historic, and we're going to get to see Bronny James on the floor for the first time in Summer League. But what are your realistic expectations as you look toward a rookie year
Summer
that's going to
League,
be under a microscope like no other?
Certainly don't
regular
expect him
league,
to
it
play.
don't matter.
I expect him to be.
He got a
in their
target on his
developmental
back.
program, whatever that entails. That's where he belongs, and I'll tell you why he belongs there. Because even though we've already chronicled the reasons as to why that may have been the case, we only averaged less than 5 points a game, the cardiac arrest last summer.
They make it seem like the developmental program makes it any better.
Very, very important point in terms of
got there,
psychologically the kind of effect that could have on you. You take a deep breath, for crying out loud, you might be scared. I mean, that's an
The players
adjustment
don't care,
to make, and we
speaking
understand
from that
that.
perspective.
But now that
They don't
you're
care.
in the NBA and you're on this level, you shouldn't want to be out there until you're ready. And so it's one of those situations where you take them under your wing and you expose them to whatever developmental program Pelinka and J.J. Redick and all of those guys are going to have in store, and you do it that way. Plus, like you said, the facilities are pretty much the same, and he'll be right near his dad. And obviously, his dad is an incredible teacher to learn from.
Well, if you're managing this, though, Bob, if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, you have a first-year head coach. You are saying that you want Anthony Davis to feel
So I don't know how J.J. Redick is going to essentially manage this team. Yeah, Bronny is going to the developmental league. I can't even speak right now. But still, he's going to have a target on his back the entire time because people are going to feel like you shouldn't be here, at least right now. Like, it's too early for you. So some people are going to look to make a statement on him to even get out of the G League. So I hope he's coming with that killer instinct like his father has during some games. All in all, I think he is going to pan out. I'm not saying that he won't work. I'm just saying it's going to be tough for the first 2 to 3 years. Like, people aren't going to play with you. And they see you, the people he stopped to get into the championship in the last 10 years, 15 years, they're going to take that shit out on you. So be prepared for all of that. All of the backlash, all of the criticism. It's definitely going to get back to Bronny. So, yeah. As far as anything else is concerned, how JJ managed the Lakers and all that good shit, that's on Buddy. I don't think that shit is going to work at all. I think JJ Redick is a one and done coach. So, I also think LeBron is trying to transition into coaching or assistant coaching for the Lakers. That's so that he can coach his son still. So that's what I think. I don't think LeBron would leave the game outright. I think he would still be around the Lakers organization. So, but yeah, other than that, Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like I said again, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll get back at y'all in another one. I'm